Welcome back, Lockdown Legion, to another edition of Nerds on Lockdown. My name is Chris. This is AA Ron.
What's going on, y'all?
With Memorial Day fast approaching, we are going to talk about something that we've been wanting to do since this whole lockdown period has started. What is that, Aaron?
Road trip, baby!
That is right. We are going to talk about our 5 favorite road trip movies of all time. Why don't you kick number 5 over to them?
Hitting the road. Number 5 for me this week is going to be a favorite comedy. Not the favorite, but in the definite top 10. This is a film featuring the amazing talents of one Jeff Daniels and this other guy called Jim Carrey. And this film is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, bro. I mean, you don't always think of it as a road trip flick, but come on.
It is.
Yeah.
100%.
They're in the dog van, you know.
You know, Aaron, just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this and pick a great movie. That's all I'm saying.
Totally redeem myself.
And totally redeem yourself.
Word. Most annoying sounds and whatnot. I just love the flick. It's great. I mean, obviously, Samsonite, I was way off. Okay, the whole flick is great all the way to the end. It's got some of the greatest gags that hold up still to this day. The tongue on the snow chair. I mean, Jeff Daniels to me is the heart and soul and strength of that flick.
My favorite part of the movie, dude, the gloves.
The gloves,
man. You tell me you've been wearing an extra pair of gloves this whole time. Dude, the best part of that movie, man, it's so good because it's something that you don't see that coming.
Exactly.
It's so good.
Indeed, it's so dumb.
Beautiful movie.
So I love me some Dumb and Dumber. D&D over to
awesome,
you, number 5.
Man. Number 5. Well, since we're talking about road trip movies, my number 5 is a movie called Road Trip with Mr. Tom Green.
That's a stretch.
Now, this movie to me is one of the quintessential road trip movies, not just because it's called Road Trip, but because Tom Green is one of my favorite comedians of all time, and I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love just weird, out-of-the-box stuff. And Breckin Meyer's in this movie, and they just kind of... Breckin Meyer gets into this crazy, follies with this girl, and he has to go on this road trip to try to fix something before she gets there, and they're on a race against time, and all this stuff starts happening, and man, it is just hilarity ensues. It's an amazing movie. If you guys have never seen Road Trip, because it was like early 2000s, about 2004, in that range.
4 or 5.
Dude, fantastic movie.
Awesome recommendation, sir. Tom Green is an acquired taste comedically. Yeah. But that movie, he was on point. That was some funny shit for sure. Number 4 for me is going to star a actor who, there's only so many actors or actresses, musicians, whoever, people you look to and you're like, man, I wish I knew that person. I felt like I knew that person. I felt like, a kinship in a way to these individuals. Well, this one stars Brian Dennehy and David Spade, but most notably and importantly, one Chris Farley.
Okay.
Right. And this is Tommy Boy.
Dude, yeah, of course.
Again, another one that to me, because of the relationship between the father-son character and, turning around bad behavior into good behavior and obviously the hijinks between Spade and Farley. I just truly, like most people, when they think Farley, that's got to be one of the top 3 or something,
Oh, dude, yeah, for sure. That and Black Sheep,
Right. Or some Beverly Hills Ninjas.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna be on the top of the list.
Maybe like number 4. I don't know. I was amused. Anyway, Tommy Boy, y'all. I mean, it's just wicked funny.
It's great. Chris Farley is too soon. He was the John Candy of his time.
Yeah.
And man, he's just
category.
God, Anyways,
yep.
Chris Farley, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Shedding a tear. He's a good one we lost.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, turn that frown upside down, Chris. Give me something positive.
My number 4 is also a movie starring Breckin Meyer. This one doesn't have Tom Green in it, but it has Mr. Bean, Mr. Rowan Atkinson. One of my favorite actors of all time, and that movie is Rat Race.
Dude, I remember Rat Race.
Rat
There's
Race,
a bunch of people in that movie.
fantastic, dude. John Cleese is the bad guy. He's the guy that makes everybody gambling. Seth Green and the guy that plays his brother is in it, and they're just great. And Rowan Atkinson, like I said, who plays Mr. Bean. Everybody knows him as Mr. Bean. He plays a narcoleptic dude trying to win the race, and he falls asleep all the time. It's so good. And then at the end, you have a big party, and there's this concert with Smash Mouth. And it's just so that kind of dates the movie, obviously. But this kind of happened in the same years, like in that span with Road Trip and Euro Trip, and so that's why Breckenmeyer was like a big deal in that span of time. But yeah,
Absolutely.
dude, great movie, Rat Race. Go watch it.
Awesome pick, bro. I mean, anything Cleese is involved in, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Super funny, bro. Okay, I'm gonna go with what's this, numero 3? All right, I'm gonna hit up another favorite film of my youth. There's a particular scene in this flick that, even as an adult, kind of disturbs me, but as a child, literally, messed my head up, like, psychologically. And this is a scene where the core prop of the film is being lowered into a pit of, like, some kind of vat of perhaps a chemical or a fire or something to that respect. And there's those devils and people all around, and it's got this wicked score in the background by Danny Elfman. I'm talking about Peewees Big Adventure.
Yes, man. Good movie.
Dude, that's another one where from beginning to end, the journey going through all the different areas, the Alamo, and he's running through the movie lot at the end.
Yeah.
Twisted Sisters filming a music video, and the snakes in the pet shop. And, dude,
most people don't even like realize that that's a road trip movie either. Like, you know what I mean? They don't like.
Right.
It's not like
It's more like a one man on a quest.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. But literally traveling the road, I think indirectly qualifies, right? And,
absolutely.
Dude, this is the enemy, the big heavy dude that he's fighting with.
Yeah.
What's his name, dude? What was his name?
I don't know. It's been a long time since seeing the movie, but that actor did play. It was funny. I was watching.
Pee-wee.
Yeah, I was watching. Me and the wife were watching last night. Actually, we were watching. What's the movie? The baseball movie with Tom Hanks with the girls.
League of Their Own.
And he plays the
Stillwell
Angel. Yeah, at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Why do I remember that, but I can't remember the name of
But they go, yeah. So,
hey, somebody
yeah.
out there listening, drop it
in the comments, man.
I got to know.
I mean, you have Google, but it's funner when
It's more fun.
when we have people tell us.
Click. They're all angry typing. They're like, "Damn it, you have this show and you need us to answer your questions for you."
Stupid brain.
Okay. Anyways, dude, Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
Yeah,
man. Who doesn't love that movie?
I don't. Everybody.
Hit me.
All right, man. Number Trace is a Freddy Savages movie.
Did you say Freddy Savages?
Freddy Savages, man. In this movie, I know he's my champ too, man. Hey, Ron.
I'd run around the room.
I know.
But I'd fall down and hurt myself.
So this movie is called The Wizard. It's an 80s movie, man. And me being a massive gamer and a collector and everything, I love this movie. It has truckers involved, and it's got this sort of I don't even want to call it. She's like a vagabond little girl that kind of runs around. It's weird, but it's such a good movie. And he's got his little brother that's kind of slow, but he's sort of a genius. He's like a little Rain Man.
He's mini Rain Man.
Yeah, he's like a little mini Rain Man. And you got the Christian Slater's the brother in it.
The older brother. I remember that. Bo Bridges.
Bo Bridges is the dad.
Yeah.
And basically, like, the whole movie is like he's trying to get to the Nintendo World Championships.
Oh, so good.
And I think that's in Universal, right? They're trying to get to Universal.
I believe so.
And on the way, they stop. I mean, if anybody's ever seen this, I think the iconic scene, he's trying to get to the dinosaurs. He's trying to get to California. Right? And
yeah, he's rocking back and forth.
Yeah, and he's in the dinosaurs at Cabazon in California, and there's this big, like, iconic dinosaur. Yeah, and he wanted to lay some pictures. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen it, see that movie. It's fantastic. It's a great 80s movie to go back and watch.
Seriously, I love the Wizard. it's the Power Glove. Like the enemy guy shows up and he's like,
Hey, that's
"What?
totally bad.
He's got the glove." Man, when you were a kid and Nintendo was happening,
That's
right? Did
so
you know anybody
bad.
who had the?
I had, I had one.
You had one?
Yeah, I had
Okay,
one.
you were
Yeah.
like an anomaly in my school. I was like, so and so says he has one. Well, tell him to bring it to school.
I had one. I
And
had a
he's like,
friend that
he
had
wouldn't do
one.
it, you know?
I
He
didn't
didn't
keep
have
mine very long.
Lying
I think
asshole.
it broke after a while. It didn't really. It didn't really do much, dude. To be honest with you.
It was really lame, but the theory behind wearing the
Yeah.
technology
Yeah.
was blew the minds, man. Plus, I don't know if the game had dropped prior or if it was premiered or like previewed in this film exclusively, but Mario 3 was the big film, the big final scene
Yeah.
where
Yeah. No,
they
that.
play against each other.
Yeah, that game didn't have anything to do with the Power Glove, but that
No,
game.
I jumped ship from Power Glove.
Yeah, that game was actually it was premiered in the movie. It came out I believe, right after the movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like the big like kind of
marketing.
commercial for it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They wrapped a really decent Fred Savage movie around a really big commercial. It's
Yeah,
like most expensive commercial.
big Nintendo commercial, man.
Sheesh.
All right, man.
Yeah, love the wizard, bro. All right. So there was a toss up between the order I wanted to drop these in, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my number 2 right here. It's going to be, it's a film musical, which normally I'm not a fan of.
Oh, I love musicals, so.
If Gene Wilder's involved, I'm in. But other than that, it's ours.
Oh, what?
No, that was a side.
Okay, okay. I was like, that's not a road trip movie.
The film in which I speak is a almost a biopic of the greatest band in the world.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay.
Tenacious D, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the pick.
Oh, Destiny. Yeah.
Dude,
A little Jack Blacks.
A little kind of gases.
Kind of gases. That's right.
Dude, saw that shit in the theater, and everybody was, having a great time and laughing and whatnot. And dude, I got to tell you, again, beginning to end, I love every bit of it. The Tim Robbins shows up and he's like, "Come here." Well, no, it's like, "Come here,
Come here, all right, cut you.
I fucking cut you." It's like, no. It's just some silliness, man. Like
that movie got shit on
so bad for no reason,
and I don't know why. I think it's a fantastic movie, dude.
Dude, it's well produced. As far as the music and the rock and everything, it's like my favorite rock music movie without having prior thought of that.
Sure.
Like
yeah. I mean,
sure.
It is. I would say it's not mine, but it's up there for sure as far as musical rock wise.
Dude.
Yeah.
And like the first few minutes, I get Dio in live action on my screen.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, thank God for the D, right?
Yeah.
Showing the original D with the IMEO after, like, some proper respects, right?
I think mine would be, speaking of that, mine would have been Rock of Ages, I think. For that
yes.
kind of, like, genre. Or
hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, who doesn't want to take a dip in the strawberry whip?
Dude, I mean, with the sass, right?
Dude.
But the thing is like, that whole, like, them going to the museum, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and, like, trying to get up the stairway to heaven. Dude, it's so good, dude. It's such a good concept of a movie, and people just I don't think they get that kind of comedy a lot. You have to you have to understand Tenacious D to really get the movie, and they had been talking about doing a sequel. I mean, they've been talking about it for a long time, so.
Well, this Rona's needs to end ASAP so they can get on that, because I need me some more.
Well,
I'm not gonna say it. Not gonna say it.
Yeah,
You almost got me there. But no.
He has to. I think they're going after this. They just finished filming Jungle 3, or not Jungle,
Jumanji?
but Jumanji 3. I was thinking Welcome to the Jungle, but Jumanji 3. Yeah. And I know they're doing a fourth one, and I think he's actually filming that before they get into the Tenacious D. So
yeah, makes sense.
I mean, those are money makers, so
all day long.
Yeah. All right, man. So my number dose, dosey dose, is a newer movie. I want to say it was about 5 years ago. It stars Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I don't.
Jason Sudeikis, Emma Roberts, and a kid I don't ever remember his name, but he's been in like a
Other
ton
comedies.
of stuff, dude. And this movie's called We Are the Millers.
Sweet.
And this movie is like, dude, I love this movie. It's so good. Every time I watch it, it just makes me like I tear up because it's so funny. It's have you seen it?
No.
Oh, go watch it, dude. It's fantastic. Basically, Jason Sudeikis is like a drug
Wait a
dealer.
minute. Wait. This is the one that Jennifer Aniston dances like half nude
Yeah.
in the barn.
Yeah.
I've seen part of it.
Yeah.
I've seen part of it.
Jason Sudeikis is a drug dealer, and he has this thing that goes wrong, and he needs to like help the guy that he works for deliver a bunch in this big RV, but he has to act like he's in a family and they're going on a road trip together.
Yeah.
So he has to get his neighbors involved, which are Jennifer Aniston and Emma Roberts, and act like they're a family, and he's gonna pay them. And they accidentally get like, all this stuff starts happening to them on the road, and they accidentally get like pushed into Tijuana, and like just stuff starts happening, dude.
Happens to the best of us. Chris.
It's so good. Anyways, watch that movie. We're the Millers. It was very, very underrated.
Nice. Quick footnote: my wife ain't gonna be happy with that statement I made earlier.
No.
Moving forward,
Sandra, it's okay.
it's for the purposes of entertainment.
Yeah, come on, man. All right.
I'm so screwed.
You're
Okay.
good. You're good. Go.
Number one. Okay, so this is a film that encapsulates a storyline, a connected storyline that's got probably 20 to 25 years behind it.
Okay.
It's a film that has many amazing recurring characters and some fun new characters as well.
Uh-huh.
And it involves one of my absolute favorite comedic actor slash director slash Kevin Smith. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
The reboot, not the original.
Not the original, the reboot.
The reboot. Now,
Yeah.
you prefer this movie over Dogma?
In some ways, yes, but not as a not entirely. Like
Okay.
if we were doing that conversation, it would appear Dogma.
Well, I'm just wondering
that
because
one.
Dogma is sort of a road trip movie too. In
Yeah,
a way.
yeah, fair point.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
but the reboot, yeah, I actually watched that not too long. I think we talked about this already, but me and you did. Anyways, and I had watched that, and I was a little afraid to watch because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was they were rebooting the movie, but I didn't know it was like a farce. It's a joke on itself, and it's actually really, really good.
It's got a lot of heart in it. Again, because it has recurring characters who we enjoyed in previous films, it was really funny. And then I don't know, like Hater Tots is pretty funny. You know, I don't know what about it specifically, but the scene at the Klan rally where Silent Bob rolls through the Glengarry Glen Ross bit. There's a lot of people that don't know the relationship between that dialogue and why he's doing it and how it's funny in its context, but it kills me every damn time watching that scene. It's one of my absolute favorites, you know.
That it's funny because I watched that, and Jay he looks so, man, he's getting to look older and older it's kind of crazy to see how older, you know what I mean, how old they're looking now. It's like, whoa. You know? Well,
for one, you know, nobody sustains forever unless they're all Botoxed out and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'd rather see a genuine version of them than some, like, you know, plastic up version.
That dude did a lot of you know, things.
Yeah, he had some bad habits.
Yeah.
That thankfully it didn't kill him, and he gets to be, you know, appreciated and kind of get a new lease on life, man.
Well, Kevin Smith helped him out a lot, so yeah.
Dude, and another new lease on life.
Heart attack, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I saw, my wife and I were at the stand-up comedy special that he was taping the night that happened.
Oh man.
He was going to film 2 back-to-back shows, and then they were just going to blend them for one long production, like one long release. In between the 2 sets, we were in the first bit, right? Between the 2 sets, he has his issue and then gets taken away. And the people that were out and waiting in line didn't get let in, and they were like, what's going on? And then the ambulance like went right across the theater, and people were kind of like putting the pieces together from the dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
God, you know, I hope nobody's hurt. And then you come to find out hours later.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy, man.
He was this close to biting it.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Yeah, thank God he's still with us, man.
Yeah, man. Anyways, yeah, great movie. I love Kevin Smith too. Like anything with him. Oh man, I usually just put it on. I think the one movie that I haven't seen that he did was he did that movie with it was like a scary movie. It was turning the
Tusk.
Tusk. Yeah,
Tusk.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. It's just something that doesn't like I don't look at it and go, oh, I want to watch this. I have to be really in the mood to see it, so I'm waiting for that day to
Yeah.
see it. So but I will
you.
watch it eventually. Yeah.
I got you. You got number one to roll out, brother.
I do, man, and this movie is well, obviously it's my number one, so it's my favorite road trip movie of all time. This is an '80s movie. This is a movie that my dad introduced me to, and I think the nostalgia alone with how wonderful this movie is,
Nice.
kind of makes it number one.
I love it.
This is a John Candy movie with Mr. Steve Martins, and this is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Loved it, bro.
This movie is the holy grail for me of road trip movies, man. I mean, how can you lose with John Candy as a freaking shower ring, like a shower curtain ring salesman? The dude sells shower curtain rings, man. That's his job in the movie. Like,
and nobody did it better, bro.
oh man, dude, I'm telling you, man. Like this movie, nobody's ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and I understand it is an iconic movie, but I know there's a lot of people that still haven't seen this, and especially younger people. Man,
Right.
go watch this movie. Steve Martin is freaking amazing. It's like the '80s version of Tommy Boy. It kind of really is. It's almost the same thing, right? And it's it's basically about Steve Martin not being able to get a flight home because it's Christmas and it snows in or something, so they have to rent a car, and he can't find any cars. But John Candy ends up renting a car, so he hops a ride with John Candy, and all this stuff starts happening, and it's always John Candy's fault because he's kind of out there, so like things always happen, and poor Steve Martin just gets tore up in this movie, man, trying to get home, and it's just so good, man. It's so good.
It's got a lot of heart, man.
But then at the end of the movie, it's a great ending, and it's a nice ending. It teaches you something, it has a nice moral ending to it. So cool. That's my number one, man.
Nice, man. I'd like to insert a NBC The More You Know graphic across the middle.
We're getting sued.
All right, man. You ready for that honorable mention?
Let's do it.
Nice. Okay. This is a film based on a book written by famed gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson. This is one, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Ooh, good pick.
Johnny Depp's.
The Johnny Depps, Del Toro's. That's right.
Because there's two of everybody.
Oh, always, man.
Mirrors and whatnot. Great flick. Great soundtrack. Could have almost been brought up in a previous topic, but just nudged out.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a dark culture perspective, but it's the only film I know that's like it. And it's I mean, in terms of general plot line, look, just trust us when we say if we don't give you a great plot line, the fact of the matter is there's gold to be had.
Yeah.
There's great content to flow over, man. And I gotta say, I truly love that flick.
I will say that I like the movie, and this is coming from a person, myself, that does not like Johnny Depp. I am not a fan of his at all, but I actually really like that movie. I think that's one of the movies that I kind of like him in. Because after that movie, I think it started with that movie. After that movie, he became the same character in every movie. Like, he's that dude in every movie to me. So, for that being the sort of beginning of that is okay to me, you know what I mean? Like,
it's such an oddball performance.
Yeah.
But Hunter was an interesting creature,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
and I found I really enjoyed the fact that as an actor they got to know, like, he went and got to know him and spent a lot of time with him and got involved with him. Some actors, I guess, would just be like, well, I'll watch his work or I'll watch his
figure it
interviews
out.
and
Yeah.
I'll just kind of emulate what I see. But like the authenticity shines through in the flick.
Well, he really got into the mythology of doing that, that role.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why
Which
it came
couldn't have been
across
easy to
so
do.
good. So
Damn straight. All right,
cool,
brother,
man.
what's yours?
Well, mine is a movie that stars Mr. Iron Man himself, the Robert Downey Jr.'s.
Ah, the RDJ.
And one of my favorite comedians of all time, Mr. Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, yes, yes.
And this movie is a very underrated movie that nobody gave love to, and it is fantastic. It's called Due Date. Dude, this movie is funny, 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 funny. I don't care what anybody says. It's it's hilarious, dude. It's
over
so
the
good.
over the top. It's almost crude. I was surprised how far they went with it.
Oh yeah.
RDJ at that point kind of had a certain kind of flick he was doing, and maybe he would be concerned about having that kind of a role simultaneously or in the same timeline. And
Yeah.
wow.
Dude, I like Zach Galifianakis as it was. Obviously, starting from The Hangover, I had never seen him until then. Just like everybody else. And I love all three of those movies. You can hate me if you want for the third one. I still like all of them. In fact, I think number 2 is the best of the Hangover movies, but that's just my opinion.
Controversy.
I know, right? But Robert Downey Jr., I never really gave much, criticism, or I don't like, I like, whatever, to.
Right.
Not Iron Man. I don't really care. Like I said, I'm not big into huge into the Marvel movies, right? But like, I guess I grasp the fact that he is an icon at this point.
Yes.
But I think going into the movie the dude that's playing a sophisticated billionaire Iron Man is going to be in a raunchy movie. Let's see how this turns out. And I think it's very surprising, and I think that's what turned people off. But if you just give it a chance, it will surprise you, because it's actually well written too.
Much like the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, there's a heart and a message to be found.
Oh, and it's a big message. Well. And he actually, it's sort of finding your heart. You know what I mean? It's dude, and it's just a great movie. Due Date, man, go check it out.
Loved it, bro. Well, we're wrapping it up at this point.
Heck yeah, man.
I'd like to take a real quick time to send a shout out to all the supporters out there, the Legion. We appreciate all the feedback and the commentary back and forth. Nice little cheerleading going on. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So thanks for the love, and I want to say now would be a good time if you've enjoyed the content or are new to the show. Welcome. At the very end, I'm going to welcome you because Yeah. But please like, share, subscribe, click the ringy dingy bell, send a carrier pigeon, phone a friend. Spread the word, y'all, if you like what you're seeing, because we would love for others to see it. And we love it. We're enjoying ourselves.
Absolutely, man.
Completely noticeable.
And if you want to hit us up on our social medias, it is Nerds on Lockdown at Instagram, and at Twitter it's Lockdown Nerds, and on Facebook it's Push Up Your Glasses on Facebook, guys. And also, we just started a new merch store, guys. If you want to check out some t-shirts, some sweatshirts, some phone cases, some, what have yous, a bunch of different merch, dude, guys. It's right here, right under me. It's teespring.com/stores/nerdsonlockdown.
Take a look. We put the picture's name on everything.
Guys, go check it out. It will really help support the channel. We could get new equipment. We could, really start spreading our wings here, and and just rock that stuff, because it's awesome 80s garb, man. It's great stuff. You guys should check it out. Anyways, Aaron, thank you for being on again, man. This has been a great topic. I you know what I mean? I'm having a great time, guys, and we're rocking out these things. And also, guys, I'm going to be doing some unboxing videos of like video games and stuff on this channel as well. So you guys hit those up exactly. What's in the box? If you guys
What's in the box?
If you guys want to check those out too, if you guys are interested in that kind of nerd culture, I'll be putting that up soon. I just did one today, so I'll be editing that out. But anyways, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris.
Legion. Thank you, and we will see you guys on the flip side. Peace. you.